there, and welcome to my brand new channel. This is the first ever video going up here on Cristin Eats. So hopefully you decided to hit that subscribe button because I would love to have you hanging out here with us. I'm Cristin. This is Levi. A big warm welcome to everyone. Everyone is new here. Well, at least to this channel. If you're coming from my other channel, then I guess you already know who I am. And if you don't know about my other channel, I will leave that linked down below because we do lots of other fun videos over there. So today I thought it'd be fun to kick off this channel by doing a Taco Bell mukbang. I've done one of these before. Again, it was on my other channel, so I can leave a link to that below if you want to check out my last Taco Bell mukbang. But we're going to do Taco Bell today. Little man here got some French fries and a Happy Meal. He's got fuzzies in his hair. He may not always be here with us. It's just going to depend on the time of the day and, you know, if he needs to take a nap and all of that fun stuff. So in here he got some chicken nuggets and some French fries. Now this is not something that he gets all the time. We don't go out to eat all the time. This is just like a special treat for him. He did so good today. Like Christmas was just the other day. I think today is Wednesday and Christmas was on Sunday. So today we had a few things that we had to take back. Some gifts that he got doubles of, and then some clothes I got that didn't fit. So we had to do some running around. We had a handful of stores to go to, and he did super, super good. So I thought he deserved a little treat, so we picked up some McDonald's. So we're going to get him started. He's got French fries, he's got chicken nuggets, he's got apple slices, and he's got some apple juice. So what I got here today is, as I mentioned, some Taco Bell, and I think we're going to put it on a plate because I like to plate my food even when it's just from like Taco Bell. You can't even see him back there. Sorry about that. I'm covering up the cuteness. I know he's what you're here for. So I got some chips and cheese, which when did their chips and cheese go up to like $1.59? I was like, what? I thought they were $1, but apparently not. But chips and cheese, and I got their number 7, which is typically a chicken quesadilla with a crunchy taco, but I always ask for a soft taco, and I always get the steak quesadilla. So there's my soft taco and my quesadilla. So I took a second and went ahead and got little man his apple juice put into his sippy cup. He can drink out of straws, but I can't just hand him a cup with straws because he'll squeeze it. It'll just make a big mess. So he needs a sippy cup. I love their quesadillas. I already took a bite out of it. I was taking pictures to see what would work for a thumbnail. Not sure if I got one on my phone, but maybe one of those poses will work. So, to kickstart off this channel, I thought it might be fun to do a get to know me tag. So I have all of the questions written down, and if you guys are interested in doing this tag on your own channel or anything like that, or if you want to answer them and you can put them in the comments down below, then I will have all of the questions listed in the description box. So we have 30 questions to get through. So let's get started. Little man is all turned around. He's kicking me. Guys, it is so cold outside today. I get sidetracked. One thing to put on here. I get sidetracked. I talk in circles. My apologies. It is so cold outside, like it hurts to breathe. Like my lungs still hurt from being outside. I think it's like 7 degrees outside. It's nuts. So cold. Anyway, so question number 1. What is your middle name? My middle name is Sierra. If you watch my main channel, then you would know that my middle name is Sierra because my channel name is Cristin Sierra over on my main channel. And a little fun fact to go with that is that my middle name was picked out because of the Sierra, what is it called? The Sierra Bullet Company, Bullet Magazine Company. Not really for sure. I don't remember. I have a picture of it in my head. My dad is like super passionate and into like guns and shooting and hunting and all that stuff. Like he's super into it. And when they were picking out my name, he decided to go with Sierra because that was the name of, and I don't remember if it's a magazine that has to do with ammunition or if it is an ammunition company. I can't remember, I'm drawing a blank. But that's where he got my middle name from. Second question is, what is your favorite color? My favorite color is a toss-up between blue and red, but like a blood red. Number 3, who was your first best friend? My first best friend's name was Sarah. Her name was Sarah Davis, and we lived across the street from each other. I think we were like 3 maybe, and we lived in like a cul-de-sac. And I remember the day that they moved in, and I asked my mom if I could walk across the street to go talk to the new little girl who moved in. We lived in the military. My dad was in the military. We lived on a military base. So it was super safe area, and it was a cul-de-sac, so my parents could see the traffic and all that stuff. So she felt safe letting me do this. Oh no, I don't think she did let me walk across the street. She made me walk on the sidewalk, but she let me walk around the cul-de-sac on my own. And I was 3, maybe almost 4. And she let me walk all the way around the cul-de-sac on my own, which made me feel so grown up. Of course, this is back in the 90s. Like, I couldn't imagine letting him do that now. But she was in the yard watching me the entire time. And I remember walking up to Sarah and being like, "Hi, my name's Cristin. Want to be friends?" And she's like, "Sure." And then we just like started playing together. And we were inseparable up until we had to move. And then I've never seen her since then. And I would love to like get in contact with her, but I have like no idea how I would do that. Her family was like super religious. They were Pentecostal. They were completely against like television. Like the kids were only allowed to watch Disney movies, and they bought like VHS tapes. Like they couldn't watch like actual television. Back then it was pretty uncommon for anybody to have computers anyways, but I just don't know that her family would have ever allowed that. So I've tried like finding her on Facebook and stuff, and of course now like it's been so many years that I don't even know what she would look like. So I don't even know how I would ever go about finding her, but I really would love to. Really? My goodness. How tall are you? I am 5'7". Cats or dogs? In recent years, I've really come to be more of a cat person, which is odd because when I was younger, I hated cats. At least I thought I did. One thing I found out about cats is like some cats might only do really good with like their personal families. They might not do good with like strangers. My cat Banjo is like the sweetest cat like to my family. My husband, me, and my son. Like he's fantastic with us. He even loves my parents. But sometimes we have strangers come over, well, strange to him, and he turns into a devil. Like, I can see why people who don't know a cat personally would maybe think cats are really mean. I don't think you're very hungry. Now he's just feeding the dog. You're silly. Number 6, funniest moment in school. I think the funniest moment, at least the one that I can think of, from school for me would have been in like kindergarten. We were learning the food pyramid, and for the meat section, I wrote in deer meat. And that was it for the meat section, which is deer meat. Because at the time my dad was an avid hunter, and like we hardly ate any other kind of meat. It was pretty much only venison. Number 7, how many countries have you visited? I've only ever been in the United States. I've never traveled anywhere else, so I think I might like to. I want to go to Canada. Like I want to visit our neighbors to the north. Did you go to college? Yes. And it was probably the biggest regret of my entire life. I've done a whole video on this on my other channel, so I will leave a link to that video down below if you want to check it out. But I really regretted going to college. What was your favorite and least favorite subjects in school? My least favorite subject in school was math. I was just horrible at it. I'm dyslexic and I'm just not very good at math. My favorite subject was probably English. I'm like a polar opposite between English and math. I did really good in English and I really enjoyed it. What is your favorite drink? You know, I don't know that I really have necessarily a favorite. I have a handful that I really like. Whoa, are you okay? You go down the wrong pipe? I have a few that I really like. Pepsi's always good, a vanilla Coke. I like sweet tea, water is great. I know that's kind of a boring answer. Here in the last couple of years, I've really gotten into like Gatorade and Powerade. So, I don't know, I'm kind of all over the place when it comes to drinks. What is your favorite animal? I think I'd have to say like a wolf. I don't know, ever since I was a little kid, I've always kind of felt, and this probably sounds really weird, and I don't really know that I believe in spirit guides, but I've always kind of felt like if I was to have a spirit guide, like a wolf would be one. I know that sounds completely nutty, and it's going to make me sound crazy to some people. I completely understand this, but I do have Cherokee and Blackfoot ancestry. Now, that's not a side of my heritage that I really know anything about as far as like traditions and culture goes. I don't really know anything about it. But ever since I was a little kid, anytime we'd go on road trips, and being that my dad was in the military, we went on road trips a lot, like cross country. Growing up, we lived in North Carolina, and our family is in Indiana. So we would do cross country trips like at least once a year, sometimes twice a year, to come see family. And anytime we went on these long trips, and it could just be that I have like a super overactive imagination as a child, but I can always remember like I would be looking out the window and I would just get this image of like, it wasn't really a white wolf, it was female. It wasn't really white, but it wasn't really gray, but it was somewhere in the middle between like a white and a gray. And it would just be like running alongside the car following us. And I always had like this comforting feeling, and I don't know, I always had that image. Even when I like went on vacations with friends and stuff as I got a little bit older. I went to like Florida with my cousin when I was like 8 or 9. Like I just remember always having this image of like this wolf like running alongside the car. And I don't know, I just always kind of felt like if I was to have a spirit guide, that would be it. I don't know. I probably sound cuckoo to some people, but that's just what I've always kind of felt like it was. Favorite perfume. And this is kind of funny because recently I went to try to buy my favorite perfume. I'd kind of forgotten about it. But when I was in high school, and tell me if anybody else remembers this perfume. When I was in high school, this perfume was from, I want to say it was from Love's Baby Soft. That kind of a perfume. And normally it's like, you know, a tiny little round domed bottle, and it's got like a purple lid to it. Well, this particular brand had a second scent that was like the same kind of a packaging, but it had a red cap on it. And the smell was cherry vanilla. And I loved that perfume. Oh my goodness, I loved it so much. And my mom used to get me a couple bottles for every Christmas, and I wore it all the time. And then they like stopped making it for a few years, and you couldn't find it, and all of a sudden they brought it back and you could find it, and then it went away again. I don't know, I finally just forgot about it. I'm 27 now, so we were talking back in like 2007, 2008 time frame. Between now and then, I just kind of ended up forgetting about it because it kind of went away. Do you want some more apple slices? Yeah, you like the apple slices? So anyways, I was Christmas shopping here recently because I am filming in advance. I know you guys are seeing this in February, but just a couple weeks ago I was Christmas shopping, and I came across the Love's Baby Soft perfume because they still make that one. And it just hit me. I was like, you know, I haven't seen the cherry vanilla in a really long time. And I couldn't find it at Walmart, so I decided to get on Amazon. On Amazon, if you want to buy it there, it's $150. No, excuse me. I don't think I could find it on Amazon. I found it on eBay. And it was $150 for this tiny little bottle of perfume that regularly goes for $5. And my jaw about hit the floor. I was like, oh good Lord. Clearly they don't make this anymore. It's a novelty item now. If you really want it, you gotta pay some big money for it. It was kind of crazy, and that was like the average price tag because there's a few people who were selling it, and they all wanted like 100 to 150 for it. Crazy. Number 13, tea or coffee. I don't like coffee. I've never been a big fan of it. I don't really care for the smell. I have good fun memories associated with Folgers coffee because when I was little, that's the coffee my grandparents always drank. So the house always smelled like Folgers, especially in the morning. You'd wake up to the smell of Folgers in the house. But to be completely honest, I still don't even really like the smell. I just have good memories for it, so I can tolerate it better than other coffee smells. But overall, not a fan. I don't drink it. I don't like the smell of it. Don't want my house to smell like it. It's not my thing. But I'm always down for some sweet tea. You're silly. What have you or would you name your child? This child is named Levi. He is my only one. I do hope to have at least one more kid in the future. Maybe 2 more. I don't know. Some days I'm like, give me all the babies. And other days I'm like, I'm done. It just depends. But I definitely think my husband and I want at least 1 more baby. If it's a boy, I want to name them Tobias. I just fell in love with that name. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Tobias. It's a good name for a little brother, isn't it? And then we can call them Toby. I don't really have any little girl names. I don't really have any little girl names picked out. I'm gonna put this guy down for a nap, and then I'll be right back. Okay, little man is down for his nap. Apparently the dog is now joining me. Go in there. We forgot to give him his toy. Oh no. It's another little train car. These little McDonald's toys here lately haven't been all that exciting for the month of December. I mean, maybe he's a little bit older to understand it, but they're like these little train cars, and then they all like connect together. He's gotten, I think, 3 others maybe. So I'm gonna have to like find them and put them together, and we'll see how they work as a train. But they haven't been like an overly exciting toy. So as for question 14 that we just went over, what would you name your child? Again, my son's name is Levi. If we have another little boy, I'd like to name him Tobias, and we can call him Toby. And I don't really have any little girls' names picked out. What sports did you play? Let's see. The first thing I did was soccer. I did that for like 1 year in elementary school, and I did it again 1 year in middle school. I was also on the swim team for 1 year. Really enjoyed that, and I would have continued doing it, but my school didn't have a swimming pool, so you had to like swim for a different school. It was like the bigger local high school I had the pool, so I was swimming for them. As it turned out, they kept telling you that they were training you for the Olympics, and my coach was just like, and I was in 3rd grade, keep that in mind, okay, so that would have put me at like, what, 9 maybe? And he was just like so hard on us for being so little. And I have asthma, and I had it really bad as a kid. And there were times when I would be swimming my laps, and I would start having an asthma attack, and I would tell my coach, like, hey, I need to get out and use my inhaler. And he would tell me, no, you have to finish your laps first. He would not let me get out of the pool. And so I would be really struggling, like, trying not to like inhale a bunch of water while having an asthma attack. So I did 1 season, but I didn't do it again after that. If my school had a pool, it might have been different, but my parents had to do a lot of driving for it. They didn't offer any kind of bus rides, so anytime we had competitions, we had to drive like all over the state, and it just, I don't know, it overall wasn't like a great experience. I also did volleyball. And then all through high school, I did color guard. What is your favorite book? So my favorite book would actually be a book series, and it's called, is it Pendragon? I think it's called Pendragon. It came out about the same time as Twilight, and it was so good. I don't know why it didn't take off the way that the Twilight franchise did. Probably because it's not a love story. But it's about this kid whose name is Bobby Pendragon, And oh man, it's been so many years since I've read it. I'm trying to remember everything. I can leave a link to it down below if you want to check it out. But he, like, I don't know, is able to go to like all these different worlds, and each book is a world that he goes to, and he has to like save people, and I don't know. It's a really good book though. Favorite YouTubers. Man, I have a ton of favorite YouTubers, and I actually plan on doing a whole video on my other channel talking about my favorite small YouTubers. So I'll save all of those people for that particular video. But as far as like overall YouTubers that I love to watch, I like Jaclyn Hill. I like Nicole Guerrero is really good. Shane Dawson. I used to love Trisha Paytas, but I feel like over the past year or two, like I just kind of like don't feel like I connect with her in the same way that I used to. So I don't watch her as much as I used to. I used to like watch her all the time. I also really like Learning to Be Fearless. Her name is Alex. She's really good. There's also And I Get Dressed. She's hilarious. I love her. Not sure on her name. I just started watching her recently, but I really, really like her. And Loey Lane. I can leave links to all of these people down below if you want to check them out. I know they're all like really big YouTubers, so you probably heard of most of them, but those are people that I watch all the time. Favorite movie. I don't know that I really have a favorite movie. There's a handful that I really like. But I'm one of those people who, like, I watch a movie, I enjoy it, and then I typically never watch it again. So, movies that I like Disney movies, all of those I will rewatch all the time. Like, if it's on TV, I'll rewatch Disney movies. Toy Story is probably my favorite out of all the Disney movies. But as far as like regular movies, like, I don't know. I don't really have a favorite. Single or taken? I am very happily married and have been for, I think it'll be 4 years. Yeah, we're coming up on 4 years here in March. Ideal first date. Let's see. I don't know, like, I always felt like first dates were so awkward, you know? I did the whole, like, online dating thing for a while, and typically when I would meet somebody, I always just suggested we do something, like, meet at the park, walk around the mall, like, something where there's no money involved, but there's other people around so that you can easily, like, leave if you don't like each other, and again, so, like, there's no money invested. But I think my favorite first date, and I'm going to be biased here, is the first date my husband and I had. So, our first meetup, I guess, was actually orchestrated by some friends. I didn't actually meet him online, surprisingly enough. But our first meetup was at a bar, and we bought our own drinks. And him and I sat at the bar. We met up at like 9 or 10 o'clock at night. And we sat at the bar until 3 in the morning when they closed, just talking. And we paid our own tabs, and that was it. But our actual first date that he asked me on, he had the whole thing planned out. It was so sweet. He picked me. We met around October. So it was like towards the end of October that we met. So he picked me up at my house. Now I can't remember what order we went in, but I'm pretty sure that he took us to the haunted house here in town first. So we did that. And I'm personally not like a big fan of haunted houses. Like, I am a big pansy. I get scared of everything. And I can remember, and this was very forward for me, but I was like, you know what, this guy likes me enough to ask me on a date, and he planned a date for us, that I'm going to be a little bit forward. So I don't know if you can hear my dog. I think she's licking the floor. She's a fruitcake. Anyways, we get up towards the door about to like go inside, and I look at him and I said, I'm a big pansy, you're going to have to hold my hand. And he said, okay, and so he held my hand. Normally I would rather have a guy make the first move and like hold my hand first or put his arm around me first or anything like that, but I knew I was going to be a big chicken. I needed some support. I needed to hold somebody's hand. But after we went to the haunted house, then he took us to Texas Roadhouse for a really nice meal. And then he took me home. We had our first kiss. I was sweet and gushy. And him and I have pretty much been inseparable since then. We've been together for 5 years. Married for almost 4. He's my best friend. I couldn't have picked like a better person to spend the rest of my life with. My dog is now eating. She's joining the MukBang. How many boyfriends have you had? Let's see. I'm gonna have to count here. I'd say I've had 7 serious boyfriends. 2 of them weren't super serious. My very first boyfriend, I think I was like 15. He was a little bit younger than me. And like all we ever did was like walk around the school holding hands. And I think we hung out one time outside of school, just walking around the neighborhood with some friends, and we held hands. And that relationship literally lasted like maybe 2 weeks. So I don't know. The one after that was a bit more serious. Number 3 was pretty serious and ended up being an abusive relationship, and it's a whole mess. I've thought about doing videos on that on my other channel. I've never really talked about it. It was pretty bad. After that was a pretty good relationship, and then the one after that one wasn't super serious. It was pretty light. Only lasted a couple of weeks really. The next one was pretty serious, but he was a total like playboy douchebag, and I put up with a ton of crap from that guy that I really shouldn't have for like 2 years. And then I met my husband, and that's it. There's been a handful of other guys that I've dated, but I don't think they ever got like the boyfriend status. So I think I've only had like 7 actual boyfriends. Only 7. Well, my camera shut off on me, so I had to get up and like plug it all in. So hopefully we didn't get cut off too much on that last question, but if we did, is how many boyfriends have you had? I've had 7 like official boyfriends. So, favorite childhood memory? Geez, I don't know. I had a lot of good memories as a kid. I didn't eat my kids nuggets since he didn't eat them all. Which is expensive, right? Like any other parents out there eat their kids nuggets, like, I'm not gonna let that go to waste. I probably should. I don't really need it, but I'm gonna eat it anyways. So, favorite childhood memories. Like I said, there'd have to be a lot, but I'd say all of the Christmases that we had as a family. I was an only child. I think that's probably one of the questions in here, but I was an only child, and so we always had Christmas morning. It's just like me, my dad, my mom. But my mom's side of the family, which is huge, it's really big, we always all get together and we all have like a Christmas dinner, and we play bingo for presents. Each family, so for example, my husband and I, we're 2 adults and then we have a child, so we would bring a woman's gift and a man's gift, and then a child's gift for bingo, and then we all play bingo for presents. That's kind of how it all works. And then my dad's family and my mom's family was kind of like a sporadic with when the holiday party would be. It was always typically in December, though there was a few times it was in January, but it wasn't like specifically on Christmas or Christmas Eve or anything like that. But then Christmas Eve, we always went to my dad's parents, and his sister would be there, and my cousins and all that stuff, and we'd always eat and open presents, and we'd always read the Christmas story out of the Bible, and that's just kind of how we did things. And then Christmas morning, my grandparents would typically come over after we'd already kind of done presents, and then we would do presents with my grandparents. I feel like I'm getting some things mixed up here. Things kind of changed after my dad's sister moved to Texas. Things kind of changed. So I'm probably getting things mixed up, but I have to say always spending the holidays with my family. How many languages do you speak? I only speak English. I think it'd be really cool to like learn Spanish. I love Spanish. Like hearing it, I think it's beautiful. I took Spanish in high school. I failed horribly at it. I wasn't any good. I would also really like to learn sign language. I think that would be really helpful. I know a few things in sign, but not enough to really like have a conversation with somebody. Do you have any siblings? No, it's just me. I'm an only child, but I do have 2 sister-in-laws, 1 brother-in-law, and then they're all married, so more in-laws on top of that. How would you describe your fashion sense? Comfortable. Especially since having my son, like, I just want to be comfortable. I need to be able to chase after him. I need to be able to, like, bend down and pick him up. So I don't have any time for just, like, fussy clothing that needs attention and that I can't move in. No, I need to be comfortable. Favorite TV show? I don't know that I really have a favorite TV show. I know, I'm weird. I love watching TV, and I get really into TV series. There's not one that I'm really into currently. But, I mean, I'm watching The Walking Dead and I'm watching Game of Thrones. Those series are still going, and I really enjoy them. Granted, this last season of The Walking Dead could have been better, in my opinion. Anyways, I kind of really get into like a TV series. I watch the entire thing, and then I kind of forget about it. So, series that I have watched would be like Vampire Diaries, True Blood, Pretty Little Liars. I think that one's over, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it is. I've watched it all on Netflix. American Horror Story is really good. I need to check Netflix and see if the latest season's on. I haven't done that in a while. But TVs and movies aren't really something that I'm like super into. Favorite restaurants? Geez. There's one here in town that I love. It's called Barker's BK. I love going there. They have like the best tenderloins. They have really good fried pickles. Like anything fried, greasy goodness, like that's the place to go. And I'm sure there will be a MukBang on here using Barker's as soon as they reopen. They kind of close down during the winter months. So by the spring, there will definitely be some Barker's MukBangs coming to this channel. I also love Hacienda. Here over the past 2 years, I've really kind of found a love for Bob Evans. I didn't like it much when I was younger, but they have really good salads. They have really good potato soup. They have really good like zucchini bread. So I'm pretty into Bob Evans anymore. I'm like an old lady when it comes to my foods. PC or Mac? I like both. I know how to use both. I know some people have preferences. I definitely have preferences when it comes to phones. I really only go for an iPhone, and I currently have the iPhone 8. I think this one's the 8. I just got it recently. My husband surprised me with it. I didn't think we were gonna get like any new phones until next year, and then I assumed we'd probably get like the 7. He just surprised me and was like, "I got you an iPhone 8 for Christmas," and I was like, "Thank you." Didn't see that coming. So I think this one's the iPhone 8. But I currently, as far as computers go, I have a Mac that I use. Prior to that, I always had PCs. I always had Toshibas or HP computers, which I really like HP and Toshiba. I'd like to get another laptop. My last one got broken. If you watch my regular channel, you would have seen me talk about it in a vlog. But my son and his go-go gadget arms got a hold of it. I thought it was pushed back far enough that he couldn't reach. Turns out his arms had grown some and he could. And he ended up like breaking the pixels in the screen. It was a giant mess. So then I had to learn how to use the Mac that we've had for a while. My husband ended up getting this Mac for free from his job. They were going to throw it out. He's an IT guy. I guess you guys wouldn't know that unless you're coming from my other channel. And this Mac belonged to a doctor for the doctor office that he worked at. And we really think the doctor just wanted a new computer because the doctor was insistent that the computer was broken, and it was. But my husband was able to fix it in like 30 minutes. but the doctor insisted it was broken. And so my husband's boss was like, oh, put it in the recycling pile and we'll just trash it. And my husband was like, I can fix this. And his boss was like, no, we're just going to trash it. And my husband's like, well, if we're going to trash it, do you mind if I just take it? And his boss was like, sure, go ahead. So he brought it home and he fixed it, like I said, in 30 minutes. Well, maybe a little longer than that. It probably took him a couple of hours, really. But again, like, he was able to fix it. So they're pretty sure that this doctor, like, just wanted a new computer for his office. Either way, I like it. It's mine now. So I currently use a Mac. And question number 9. Question number 29. What phone do you have? I already answered that. iPhone 8. Final question. Question number 30. Tell us your bad habits. Or tell us one of your bad habits. I guess I'm not the best housekeeper, to be completely honest. I'm really bad about neglecting my floors. Is that a bad habit? I would assume that it probably is. That or procrastination. I'm the worst at procrastinating. I will put everything off until the last minute. It's something I'm working on within myself, is better time management and planning. I feel like I've gotten a lot better at that over the past couple of years, especially having my son, just planning ahead for things. But yeah, that's something I struggle with as well. So I guess I've got a couple. I try to keep a clean house, but especially when it comes to my floors, I'm really bad about neglecting them. It's bad enough that my mom actually got me a Roomba for Christmas, so hopefully that helps. Okay guys, well that is it for all of my questions here on my Get to Know Me tag. I really hope you guys did enjoy this little mukbang here and eating with me. I definitely like doing these videos, hence why I'm making an entire dedicated channel to just having mukbangs and eating shows. So if you like what you see and you want to hang out with me some more, I definitely hope you hit that subscribe button down below. Don't forget I also have another channel which will also be linked below if you want to go check that out and see my vlogs, makeup get ready with me's, fashion videos, all of that stuff is also on my main channel. Otherwise, I think my plan for this channel is to upload twice a week. I think that's the goal. I'm thinking Tuesday and Thursdays. So let me know down below what your thoughts are on that, your opinions. If there's anything that you want to see me eat, let me know. Also, I hope you guys are okay with the possibility of me doing like home-cooked meals sometimes, because I can't always go out to eat. One, it's not healthy to constantly be, you know, buying fast food to eat, and for two, like, that gets really expensive. So hopefully you guys are okay if I do, you know, like home-cooked spaghetti sometime or something like that, you know, home-cooked meal. But otherwise, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you guys decide to hit the subscribe button and give this video a like to help boost my channel and get it out there along with this video. Otherwise, I think I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.